Imagine a civilization so powerful, so grand, that it ruled over millions of people across 3 continents. This was the Roman Empire, an unparalleled force in human history. Its legions marched with precision, its cities bustled with life, and its architecture stood as a testament to its greatness. But what if I told you that this mighty empire, which had reigned supreme for centuries, eventually crumbled into dust? This is the gripping story of the rise and fall of Rome. At its height, the Roman Empire was a beacon of innovation, culture, and power. The empire's expansion was fueled by its disciplined military, ingenious engineering, and strategic governance. The Pax Romana, or Roman peace, brought stability and prosperity to vast territories. But beneath this golden age, cracks were beginning to form, cracks that would eventually lead to Rome's downfall. By the 3rd century AD, the empire was already facing significant internal challenges. Political corruption was rampant. The once revered Roman Senate had become a mere shadow of its former self, filled with officials more interested in personal gain than in serving the empire. Emperors changed frequently, often through violent coups, leading to a period of instability known as the Crisis of the 3rd Century. In just 50 years, Rome saw over 20 emperors rise and fall, most of whom ruled for only a few years, or even months. The military, once the backbone of Rome's dominance, was also in decline. The Roman legions, once composed of loyal citizens, began to rely heavily on mercenaries from foreign lands. These mercenaries lacked the loyalty and discipline of Roman soldiers, and often turned against the empire when it suited them. Meanwhile, defending the vast borders of the empire became an almost impossible task. Barbarian tribes such as the Visigoths, Vandals, and Huns began launching frequent and devastating raids. Economically, the empire was faltering. The cost of maintaining such a vast territory drained the treasury. Heavy taxation burdened the common people, while inflation rendered the Roman currency almost worthless. Trade routes, once the lifeblood of the empire, became increasingly unsafe due to invasions and piracy. The divide between the rich and the poor grew wider, creating social unrest and weakening the cohesion of Roman society. As Rome struggled internally, external threats loomed large. One of the most devastating events came in 410 AD, when the Visigoths, led by King Alaric, sacked the city of Rome. This was the first time in over 800 years that Rome had fallen to a foreign enemy, sending shockwaves throughout the empire. The once invincible Rome was now vulnerable. The Huns, under their fearsome leader Attila, added to Rome's woes. Known as the Scourge of God, Attila's forces pushed other barbarian tribes into Roman territories, creating a domino effect of invasions. The Roman military, already stretched thin, was unable to repel these threats. The Western Roman Empire was slowly unraveling, but was Rome's fall solely due to external invasions, or were there deeper, systemic issues at play? Historians often point to the moral decay of Roman society. The values that had once defined Rome, discipline, duty, and loyalty, gave way to decadence and excess. Gladiatorial games, lavish feasts, and corruption became hallmarks of Roman life. As the empire grew weaker, its people grew complacent, unwilling to make the sacrifices needed to preserve their way of life. The division of the Roman Empire into eastern and western halves in 285 AD by Emperor Diocletian was another turning point. While the Eastern Roman Empire, later known as the Byzantine Empire, managed to thrive for centuries, the Western Roman Empire faced increasing challenges. The two halves often operated as separate entities, and the Western Empire lacked the resources and leadership to withstand its growing problems. In 476 AD, the final blow came. The last emperor of the Western Roman Empire, Romulus Augustulus, was overthrown by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer. This event is often marked as the end of the Western Roman Empire. The Eastern Roman Empire continued to exist for nearly 1,000 more years, but the fall of the West marked the end of an era. But the story of Rome doesn't end with its fall. Its legacy lives on in countless ways. The principles of Roman law became the foundation for many modern legal systems. Roman engineering marvels like aqueducts, roads, and bridges set standards that are still admired today. Even the concept of a republic, first practiced in Rome, inspired future democracies around the world. Rome's influence on art, architecture, and language is undeniable. The Latin language gave rise to the Romance languages, including Spanish, French, and Italian. Roman architectural styles, with their grand arches and columns, continue to inspire modern design. The Roman Catholic Church, which emerged during the empire's later years, became a unifying force in Europe after Rome's fall. As we reflect on the fall of Rome, it's impossible not to draw parallels to modern times. The factors that led to Rome's decline, political corruption, economic instability, social inequality, and overexpansion, are challenges that many societies face today. Rome's story serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that even the greatest powers are not immune to collapse. What do you think was the most significant cause of the fall of Rome? Was it the relentless barbarian invasions, the internal corruption, or a combination of both? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with more intriguing tales from history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. Share this video with fellow history enthusiasts, and let's keep the legacy of Rome alive by learning from its triumphs and mistakes. Remember, history is not just about the past, it's a guide for the future.